Thank you for joining our presentation about changing customer preferences for digital first. My name is Carsten. I will present the customer experience part of this presentation, and my colleague, Mr. Zorrilla, digital marketing consultant, will present more the digital side of this presentation. We want to show you today that digital is great, and I think Top Dev Vietnamese Summit, you are all crazy about digital, but don't forget where the customer is at the moment. Maybe they are not fully digital on every topic, and your final target is still to win your customer. Question is, are we human or are we already digital? I mean, if we think about your grandma, of course she is very human and maybe not very digital. Your parents, maybe mixed. Yourself, depends on the culture, I think. Yeah? So let's dive into that. What are our needs between these two topics, human and digital, from a human needs perspective? So if you are a human, you love face-to-face interaction. And I think a lot of us during COVID are missing that. We also love not only to see people, also to be physically in contact with people. Yeah? And maybe as a small joke at the beginning, that's why only online dating doesn't work. Yeah? And we need to build trust with people, and we can only build trust with people if we meet them and we know them. So these are very deep human basic needs which digital cannot really address. Yeah? Now, what are the digital needs nowadays? Digital enable us to have many connections and have to very fast connection. I mean, you have the whole world at your fingertip. You have like 1,000, 2,000 Facebook contacts and you can write them immediately. Any information you need, you can get from somebody or read it. Yeah, so you can reach out to everybody, personally and from your business. Yeah, if you do that at networking events like the old way, which I sometimes do, it takes a lot of time. Of course, because now it's online and web-driven, your conversation time is unlimited. When I was a kid, we had phones, real phones on the wall. Maybe I have to explain them now, but I guess you can look it up what that is. And it costs a lot of money to make phone calls. Just calling your friend more than 10 minutes, your parents were getting nervous about the costs. Nowadays, it doesn't matter. We have unlimited conversation, we can connect very fast. And what is very powerful on digital is the aspect of social recognition. So a lot of people can like us, can follow us, can give us feedback, can be our fans, can be our friends, can be our connection. And I think if you want to be successful nowadays, and especially in a market like Vietnam, you have to bring both aspects together. Obviously, the world, especially in urbanized centers, is very, very digital already. Yeah, and in emerging markets, in developed markets, it's very digital. Total population, mobile users, internet users, media users, they're very high margin, almost 50% or more than 50%. Actually, what is very surprising, in a lot of these metrics, Vietnam is doing better than the world. Urbanization is a little bit lower, but also we see, I worked for Lazada before, and we will come to our background later, that even in the rural countryside in Vietnam, e-commerce is getting more and more popular. So they are also getting digital, besides being rural. Vietnam is crazy about mobile phones. So we have 150% mobile phones against the population. So everybody is somehow connected. And we have a 70% penetration of internet users, which is one of the highest rates in the world and especially in developing countries. Yeah? And the Facebook and social media Zalo usage is very, very high in Vietnam. But this is data. We have to ask ourselves, is Vietnam already digital or is it just on the numbers? And let's dive into that. Now, like I say, my background is more in customer experience and employee experience. I was the previous VP of Lazada in customer experience, and we do now a lot of consultings for clients like H&M or local companies like Milano. So let's dive to it. What is already online in Vietnam and what is still very preferred offline? So when we look into payments wallets are booming, but still, even in e-commerce, 70–80% of the payments are still offline or by cash. So payments is developing, but still slowly. Discovering products is going more online, but we also have still a high trend in Vietnam that this touch and feel and consulting is very important in the sales process, like what you can only do in shops. Shopping itself, of course, everybody say, wow, e-commerce is hyping. If you look at the raw numbers, only around 4% of retail in Vietnam is on e-commerce at the moment. The rest is either mom and pop shops, traditional, or big retailers, shops. But pure e-commerce, including the social commerce, is only around 4%, but growing fast in the online direction. Movies. I think everybody agrees movies and TV is going faster against online, but most of us still have a VMPT and an FPT account, which is a traditional channel. Dating. We already spoke about that. Clearly, during COVID, there is not so much face-to-face or personal dating. Dating is going strong in the online direction. Talking. I mean, everything you do talking to people, you do online or in a coffee shop, but a lot online. And then the highest thing, of course, in Vietnam, where we already have a long time a trend on online, is gaming. I think Vietnam is one of the most booming gaming markets here in the region, and you have even a unicorn on that. But whenever you design now a product or you design a service for your company, please keep in mind that some customer journey steps are still preferred offline, especially payment, discovery, maybe even shopping. So make sure that you are not only proud to say we are a digital company, everything has to be digital. No, give also cash payment options and so on. Yeah? So please still blend it to really be successful in this very mixed and diverse market. And what do customers don't like yet? What customers don't like yet in Vietnam digital? I mean, chatbots. I haven't met a lot of Vietnamese who are very exciting about chatbots. If we would go on Top Dev or Vietnam Web Summit, maybe you are the only people who are excited about chatbots because you are programming them. But as a normal consumer and given the difficulties with Vietnamese language, chatbots are not so good and not so accepted yet. Prepaid. Everything you have to do prepaid, people normally don't like it and hesitate to do that. They want to pay on the spot or even postpaid. And whenever you have a long waiting time, that's something which is not, that's where people still go to shops or pay directly or do things in the market rather than online. People don't like to wait here in Vietnam, but don't like yet, it still can come. So customer first is clear. There is still a drive in Vietnam that some online tools they don't like, and some customer journey steps like payment or discovery is still very offline. Now, if you want to be successful digital first, there are 3 things you have to master first. First thing is personalization. One of the big drivers why the small shops in Vietnam and the wet markets here in the photo are still so successful is because especially the parents' generation and the grandparents' generation, or even you, still like that people recognize you. when you go to a shop. So according to Accenture, here in the data, people mainly buy from businesses, online or offline, where they recognize your name, where they know your purchase history, where they give you recommendation based on what you already shop. And I mean, this is what we call a CRM system. So please make sure you have a good CRM system and you remember people. Yeah? The second driver of success is omnichannel. Having just an in-app chat is probably not enough nowadays. People like to chat on Facebook and in Zalo, which is their system where their friends are in. Why would you push them on an in-app chat? Yeah? Give them also the opportunity to write emails, to chat, to call, whatever people want. Don't only think what your company would like to offer. And this is very important. And the most successful businesses in Vietnam, like the mobile world, these kind of shops who have online capabilities are actually the best, because that's the best omni-channel you can build at the moment in Vietnam, is still having shops for selling or any offline things where people can go, but having the offer also online. That's what we call omni-channel. And then what is very important, and some of you know this movie, is speed. Being online and being digital is all about speed. You have to respond fast. You have to get your services out fast. You have to make your products available fast. So people expect things under 1 hour on a response time, or even here in Ho Chi Minh City or also in Hanoi, people expect deliveries under 1 hour, which small shops can do and e-commerces are still struggling with. So it's all about speed. Yeah? If you do gaming, how fast can they pay and download things and so on. Yeah? And 7 days, 24. Digital has no limit on opening times. So please make sure it's always manned.
Hi everyone, my name is Joel. I do marketing consulting for Asia PMO. It's digital marketing, of course. Today I'm going to talk about the checkboxes that you should implement in your company if you're going to do full digitalization of your organization. First, full digital information about your company, who you are, your mission, your goals, and your founders. Full digital services. What services do you offer? Whether they're offline or online, they should be on your website, on your app, newsletter, social media presence, etc. Omnichannel communication, that includes webpage chat, Facebook chat, Zalo chat. A lot of people prefer chatting with a customer representative via Zalo, Facebook, or webpage chat because it's so informal. It's very easy to communicate your problems, your ideas, or your needs. Obviously, having a Google presence is very important, whether it's a web page or your Google My Business address, as well as a Facebook and Instagram environment in order to boost your brand and in order to keep your customers engaged. Blogs, updates, webinars, and events. These are also very important in terms of content. This is in the area of content marketing. First of all, it drives traffic to your website, it drives traffic to your Facebook pages, and it keeps people engaged. And it keeps people like your clients engaged, which is the most important thing, as well as creating leads to bring in new clients via digital platforms. Pictures, videos, and more videos. These days, videos is becoming one of the most important elements of content, digital content. Online reviews and feedback. Why is this important? Because the algorithms, whether it's Google, Facebook, Instagram, the algorithms will reward your company based on having high amounts of positive reviews. Now, in terms of what I specialize in especially is content marketing. As a content marketer, my first advice to you, if you're fully digitalizing your organization, is to create content based on what people are searching for. And this is a big mistake that a lot of people make, and they don't realize that they're making this mistake. For example, there's a very simple, easy, and free tool called Google Trends. Google Trends will give you data for specific keywords in specific countries over a specific period of time. Here I've given you an example of the word specialty coffee. For example, you are a brick and mortar coffee shop, but you want to bring in more clients via a digital presence. What do? You find out what keywords people are searching for online, and then you create your content online, whether it's your website, Facebook post, Google My Business descriptions, based on those keywords and their popularity. Trends over time. These tools like Google Trends will also give you an idea of what's going to happen in the future. Will this term, for example, I've given you the term digital today, in Vietnam over the last 5 years. As you can see, which is predictable, since 2018, at the end of the year 2017, the word digital has skyrocketed in terms of Google search, and is predicted to continue at higher levels than pre-2018. You have other tools which are more expensive but give you exact metrics. For example, Ahrefs is a Google keyword search tool that gives you everything you need in order to create an online presence based on this keyword. So today, again, I'm giving you the word specialty coffee. 700 people in Vietnam did a search for the word specialty coffee, and there is not a lot of content online for Vietnam based on specialty coffee. So that means that there's a big opportunity to write content based on this keyword and drive traffic to your website, your Google My Business page, etc. Now, take that content that you've created based on what people are searching for, based on demand, and there are multiple options for you to put that content online. Here we have blog posts and articles which keep your clients updated and brings in new clients. White papers, ebooks, and reports. Podcasts. You can create an entire podcast episode based on a hot keyword, and you can interview an industry expert surrounding that keyword. Email newsletters. You shouldn't be sending email newsletters based on keywords that people are not searching for, because you're going to have a high amount of people unsubscribing. Videos. A lot of tools can also tell you what people are searching for on YouTube. So you should be creating content based on what people are searching for on YouTube, based on what people want on YouTube. Infographics, how-to guides. If you've put a service online and it's a technical service, you should create a how-to guide for that new service. Social media posts, following what I said before, find out what people are searching for, create social media posts that include those keywords. Case studies, client profiles, webinars. Right now we're in a digital webinar based on digital trends. Obviously, the people who set this up, Top Dev, they know that the word digital is a hot topic, and this is why we're all here today. Thank you very much. That's all from me, Joel Zorrilla at Asia PMO. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Joel, for this great insights and advices on digital. Yeah? Now, our last advice and the wrap up here is you have to be fully digital nowadays. And if you need support on that, reach out to us. Joel and our team can help you on that. So whatever you saw now is really a must-have. Even some consumers don't take it yet, but you have to be fully digital. But keep in mind that your customer is not fully digital yet. So please do not force all your online steps on your customers. As Asia PMO, we also host big workshops and events about our consulting topics. And we only have like 30% of our clients to buy tickets online. A lot of our clients want to buy them offline, or even by bank transfer, which is a very traditional channel. So I cannot force my clients and say you have to go to Ticketbox or to the online system. Yeah, we have to offer them also traditional payment channels like bank transfers or cash payment, as an example. So keep that in mind. Thank you very much from our part. We are Asia PMO. My name is Carsten Lay. I do mainly agile project, customer experience, employee experience consulting with background in Lazada, Deloitte, Myanmar Information Technology, and H&M for CX. And you also saw Joel. He did digital marketing projects for Failfighter, for Eddie's, for ScratchPay, and so on. And what we do is we help you to implement your ideas. Yeah? From ideation to the implementation, yeah, that we help your team to come up with ideas and then to implement it for customer employee experience. We also do OKR and goal setting consulting. It's probably a big need now in December, and of course digital business transformation and digital marketing. Thank you very much. We are Asia PMO. If you have any questions, please reach out to us.